Hello, IGN. My name is Jose Otero, and I'm here with Martin Sliva.
Hey, everybody.
And we are doing a rewind theater for Xenoblade Chronicles X.
Yeah.
Very anticipated game here in the IGN office.
Yeah.
In fact, it has been frustrating because every time we get to see it, I feel like we've been seeing this game for 2.5 years, but we have not been able to play it.
No, none of us have played it yet, but it seems like we're going to be playing it soon because, as this trailer points out, the game is coming out in Japan very soon, like 2 or 3 months away.
Yeah,
April.
exactly. So, and localization is underway.
Yeah.
So, just little notes in case you haven't been keeping up. Xenoblade is about an exiled Earth and basically a planet of evacuees crash lands on a ship full of evacuees instead of planet.
Crash lands on the planet Mira.
Yep. So this is just a quick shot of that spaceship.
You see a lot of the old red, white, and blue hanging out. The old United States ship.
Yeah, and one of the points of this game is to explore this new world and discover what resources and things can help you.
Yeah.
So this all looks gorgeous. This is obviously just cutscene, but it's still pretty impressive. And I think, if anything, one theme you're going to notice with me and Marty in this rewind theater is just the sense of scale of this thing.
Yeah,
that's very well done.
Which you quickly get right now when the characters are finally roaming around the environment and the planet. You just seem so small. Yeah. Which I sort of love. I love the idea that this place is like, the place is as much a character as your party is. Yeah, it's just it's the scale as the characters are running around just absolutely insane. I also like the idea that it seems like, we get a lot of shots of like the wildlife, and it seems like a lot of them are just kind of hanging out. Like that bird looked like it was just hanging out. I'm sure you're gonna have to fight a lot of things, but I like the idea that these creatures are sort of just existing in the world. Yeah,
and Xenoblade Chronicles for Wii did have a similar idea of like just there were creatures that just kind of hung out or hung around. Weren't auto aggro to your presence. But the scale here is so much more significant. And I'm not just sure if that's because of like the visual graphics and because of the update and sort of that fidelity. But look at that. Like when you see these sort of big, creatures just sailing by in the air. And that's a common theme that you're going to constantly see in this trailer.
It's funny too because this trailer draws a lot of similarities to the Final Fantasy 15 trailer from the end of last year, which I totally get because both of them are sort of that trailer had the sort of road trip vibe to it. But again, it seemed like your party was a very small aspect of a much larger world.
This much larger beast right here, which you would imagine you would get in a mech to be able to fight. So Xenoblade Chronicles, there is sort of the conceit of you can jump into a mech and fight things back. Yeah. That I don't even know what that is.
Horse dude.
With wings.
Horse dude with wings. I also like the environment seems really varied too. Like a lot of stuff we've seen so far just sort of had that grasslands look to it. Whereas this gets into a lot of just bizarre things. You have the tropey kind of like fire and ice areas, but you also have those cool like poppy fields. And look at this, just here in the background of the tree branches that are sort of strung together. Just seems really cool.
No, I completely agree.
Jeez, look at that sandworm.
Things just kept coming out. That kind of reminds me of the sandworm in Majora's Mask.
Oh yeah,
but
totally.
Then you see that scale doesn't change when you get in a mech. You are now physically, or at least to some degree, bigger than your normal character size, and yet the world still looks huge and impressive.
Massive.
Yeah, the way they definitely convey scale is so impressive, and unlike a lot of games I've seen today.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how the sort of the on foot to mech transfer sort of happens, like if that's something you could do at any time, or if there are sort of mech only areas, because you look at a thing like that and you're like, well, would you be able to even fight things like that if you're not on a mech, or is there going to be sort of like a Shadow of the Colossus-esque sort of like climbing up the back and finding its weak point in order to, or do you even want to kill this giant brontosaurus thing?
No, it's true. Yeah, and there's sort of swimming, all these commercial sections, bikes. This
reminded me of the future in Chrono Trigger.
Yep, that's right. You got your little
Aurora Borealis hanging out in the background, like the Northern Lights.
The Road Warrior-esque look right here.
Yeah.
All you need is Mad Max.
Yeah. Jeez.
And then you could just jump off a cliff.
I had like a panic attack when I saw this the first time. I'm like, what is happening?
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. And again, Xenoblade did have sort of this sense of scale as well on Wii. It's so interesting to see those developers now with an HD console, what they can do.
I want to know, like, I wanted that shot to keep going for a couple seconds to see, like, what happens when I hit the water? Am I going to die, or can I, is my mech going to save me at some point?
Yeah, no, for sure.
So the one thing, we've been going on about how great the world looks. I'm sort of underwhelmed by the character design personally. It feels sort of generic-y and like Phantasy Star. But just when the camera zooms in a little later on some of the faces, it definitely leaves a bit to be desired.
Totally.
But
I agree.
Yeah, I mean that's whatever.
It's a minor complaint so far because we don't know if their look changes as they upgrade or they grab armor.
And also, I remember earlier screenshots. The characters are customizable. Like that's not the face your character has to have. You can totally change around their appearance.
Yep, and their outfits. I know in Xenoblade Chronicles on Wii you can change outfits, so presumably you would be doing the same thing there.
You can do shirtless Shulk.
Yes.
I only know that from
Bikini Shulk.
I only know that from
So you're not
Smash.
feeling these faces is what you're saying.
No, I mean I'm definitely not feeling those faces. Yeah. But I mean again, like the world looks good enough to where I could be like, all right, well, I'm not feeling the faces, but that's fine. I'll play in the world anyways. Yeah, I'm just super stoked. This is again a game we've been excited for, but we haven't had time. Like we haven't got to go hands on yet. Everything we've sort of seen has been in trailer form again like this, but I'm stoked that it's coming along.
2015. Dude.
I mean, it's coming out in April in Japan.
That's nuts.
So like if you were a betting man, this is a what? November game? An October game?
I think it's a summer game because if Zelda is not delayed, and Zelda's still on pace for November, this is like the September game.
Sure.
I think.
Where's Star Fox in there?
Star Fox is either the September game or the October game.
Okay, gotcha.
But definitely between August, September, October, I think this shows up.
Yeah, that's a
localization is underway, so we will ultimately see.
All I want to do is I just want to run around. I don't even want a weapon. I just want to run around this place.
Yep. No, I agree. And for more Xenoblade Chronicles X coverage, make sure you keep it right here at IGN.
Shirtless Shulk.